So here's the very I don't want to say it's a controversial thing, right? It has happened regarding The Division 2 and Anthem. If you did not know, Anthem basically is now going to have a photo mode. So basically, one of the reasons why it's been even said by developers, you can see here right in front of you, he mentions like this is obvious fact why you cannot have a photo mode. Because it's an online game, always online game. So how can you pause the game in-game moment and, you know, like for example on the Spider-Man version, right? You can look around your Spidey guy and then it's just like take a photo real quick, right? You can't pause the game, obviously. So here's the reason. That was his reason, because he cannot pause the game. So photo mode is not a thing in Anthem. But The Division 2 has that. It has a photo mode. But this is also an always online game. You cannot be offline to play this game. So you cannot pause this game either. So what do you think? Was that just an excuse that the developer had mentioned of the Anthem? I mean, BioWare, they were making an excuses that saying, oh, this cannot be done because it's an always online game. Bullshit. The Division does it, so why can't you not do it? Man, I feel like the Anthem game needs a lot more polishing, it needs more work and stuff to be implemented. Endgame is a problem, that's just not enough. Photo mode doesn't seem like, because, look, photo mode is not a big deal. It really isn't. The Endgame is a big deal, by the way, Endgame. But that already talked about it, I'm not gonna get into that again. Now, photo mode is not a big deal, I wanna talk about it real quick. It's just that, I wanna look badass. Now, you're going to tell me this. If you just, stand there, you will have a rotating camera on its own. It will blur out everything in the background. You will have all the concentrating moments around your Anthem, around your Javelin suit in the world, like a free mode, for example, right? Sure, but everything is getting blurred out in the background, and sure, you can somewhat control your camera while it, looks around your Javelin, suit. But what if I want to look at the beauty of the world and how it looks? Everything is going to get blurred out because it just does that its own cinematic kind of status mode, some sort. The Division 2 has a proper photo mode, but this doesn't. Maybe as well, but The Division is like a sequel, like access sequel, so it was much easier for the developers to implement it and to make few good things, and this is why they have a much greater and better endgame as well. Perhaps, as I said, the developers had more time with it, and they had already an engine in place, so they had to concentrate mostly on the new map, new stuff, endgame, and that's that. Anthem was completely from the ground up, they had to implement. Maybe that's the thing why they take so much longer. Anthem was already in the development for like 5-6 years at this point, and it seems like it was longer than Destiny was, and it has less stuff, less incentive of the endgame. Even though Destiny on day one, year one, had more endgame than Anthem. Or actually talk about that. The Division 1 endgame wasn't as diverse either. It was just missions, harder difficulty. It's just like this, but it has Stronghold at least. But there are no missions in Anthem that you can replay. Interesting. Wow, I just talked about it. I'm not going to be getting into the fact of the endgame, and I already have talked about it, but somehow I diverse myself into the endgame again. As I mentioned, this is no big deal regarding the photo mode. I believe so. I would like to have a photo mode, a photo shoot on my Anthem, on my Javelin character in the world of free mode, for example, right? Maybe there's an Ash Titan, and there's a perfect moment I could just slide in there and have a take that quick photograph of me and Ash Titan, of that ancient Ash Titan. Now that would be epic, no? I mean, that would be so cool. And like having that storm, remember the storm that has been implemented in the demo at the very last few hours of the end of the open demo, right? There was a storm and all the Ash Titans were coming out and the Titans themselves appearing, right? You had to kill them. So basically that was awesome, and I want to get that Ash Storm and of myself like a very fantastic photo. I mean, you can sort of get it, but it blurs out your own character, and you kind of have to choose whichever one you want to go, or it's just too dark of your own Javelin, and the storm is perfect, but then the other way around, it could blur out a whole damn storm, you cannot see them, but you have a cool looking Javelin in front of you, so you have to choose one of those. So it's not very well implemented of a cinematic view of it. I mean, I'm very grateful that there is at least something like a cinematic view. If you, completely put down the controller and it will be doing its own thing. I'm very grateful about that. So, I mean, but why can The Division do it? Perhaps, as I mentioned, why. I have already talked about, because perhaps the developers have more time and this counts as a sequel that they are making the game. Anyway, talk about that funny part. Does Destiny have a photo mode? Anyway, I'm done rambling. This is no big deal. I just wanted to talk about it really quick. I'm not saying the game is shit because of it, but still, it's just not. I would like to see it at least to happen. It will be, damn, it's just an unfortunate moment. But whatever, I digress. Tell me down in the comments. Are you a little bit at least like, kind of not happy regarding that you do not get a proper photo mode in Anthem? Because, like, I mean, Anthem is a gorgeous world. I would love to actually see it in the photo mode. Like, that's me personally. Anyway. Maybe I'm just overreacting, maybe I'm just like being very nitpicky about this game as well, that did not even yet come out. I don't know, man. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. By the way, do consider donating at the GoFundMe page, or perhaps subscribe a star. It's really up to you. Links will be down below in the description, by the way. Take a look at my Twitter. It is at ZDEyE. And yeah, by the way, it's not ZDEyE, even though it spells like that, but the way you're supposed to say it, ZDEyE. That's how I said it. Anyway, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. I think I said that already. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to let you go now. Have a good one. You cashed in on